League Nottingham Forest vs Arsenal prediction, team news, lineups preview. Returning to the stadium where their Premier League title dreams crashed and burned last season. Arsenal lock horns with Nottingham Forest at the City Ground on Tuesday evening. The Gunners returned to winning and scoring ways with a 5-0 battering of Crystal Palace last weekend. While Nuno Espirito Santo's side were forced to accept a 0-0 draw with Bristol City in Friday's FA Cup tie. Match preview. The boot of Taiwo Awoniyi extinguished Arsenal's dreams of Premier League stardom once and for all last season, while also assuring Nottingham Forest of a place in the big time for the second successive year, but a third straight season of top-flight football is far from a guarantee, since replacing the man who masterminded that season-defining beating of the Gunners. Nuno Espirito Santo has overseen a spate of end-to-end, goal-packed affairs in the Forest dugout, with a staggering 26 strikes flying in during his opening 6 fixtures at the helm, including 5 in their last Premier League showdown with Brentford. However, 3 days after bettering Blackpool 3-2 in the FA Cup, the tricky trees were put to the sword by the same scoreline against the Ivan Toney-inspired Bees. Although the striker's comeback strike, a clever free kick low into the goal, was clouded in controversy, as he appeared to move the ball while Santos wall prepped themselves. An infuriated Forest, who sit 16th in the rankings with a 4-point lead over Luton Town in 18th, have since been informed that VAR were unable to intervene, and after controversially losing that fixture, they lost their golden scoring streak at Ashton Gate on Friday evening. An FA Cup fourth-round replay with Bristol City is on the cards owing to that uninspiring goalless draw. But a first Premier League home fixture of 2024 now awaits for the Reds, exactly 1 month on from their striking 2-1 victory over Manchester United to end a 4-game losing streak at the City Ground. Returning from Dubai with a shiny new pair of shooting boots, Arsenal consigned their previous attacking woes to history with a 5-star performance against lowly London rivals Crystal Palace on January 20th, where prolific defender Gabriel Magalhaes began the goal rush in the first period. The Brazilian connected with 2 Gunners' corners to propel his side into a healthy lead. Arsenal's second goal has now been credited to him after initially going down as a Dean Henderson own goal, while Gabriel Martinelli too and Leandro Trossard also contributed to the rout in the second half. In 90 minutes at the Emirates, Arsenal matched their goal tally from their miserable 7-game run between December 9th and January 7th, where only one of their contests ended in victory, and third place in the table belongs to Mikel Arteta's men at present, although Aston Villa are only behind on account of a worse goal difference. By virtue of a bewildering FA Cup loss to Liverpool, Arteta's troops have enjoyed the luxury of another extended rest before a return to the road, where they have failed to win any of their last 3 matches in the Premier League. Not since Arteta's first months in charge have they endured a longer sequence of winless away games. Painful memories of last season's 1-0 City Ground loss will be evoked when the Gunners step foot onto Forest's turf again, which marked the Reds' third successive home win over Arsenal in all competitions. But the North London Titans accomplished a measure of revenge with a 2-1 Emirates triumph on the opening weekend of the current campaign. Team news. All 6 of Nottingham Forest's Africa Cup of Nations representatives will be involved in the knockout stages of the competition, meaning Ola Aina, Chiku Kouyaté, Willy Bolly, Serge Aurier, Ibrahim Senghar and Moussa Niakate will all be missing for the visit of Arsenal. In addition, left-back Nuno Tavares, who has begun to reignite his career under Santo, cannot face his parent club, while Felipe hamstring, Taiwo Awoniyi groin, Anthony Elanga thigh and Divock Origi groin all sat out Friday's FA Cup tie too. Origi is the only member of the quartet not to have rejoined training, though, while Morgan Gibbs-White is in line for a recall to the first 11 after being restricted to a second-half cameo as Ashton Gate. Arsenal's international pairing of Mohamed Elneny and Takahiro Tomiyasu are also still competing for glory with their countries, while Jurriën Timber ACL and Fabio Vieira groin will not be back anytime soon either. The sight that no Gunner wanted to see, Declan Rice trudged off with an apparent thigh concern during last weekend's crushing of Palace. And while Arteta played down his concern as tiredness, he was not pictured in Arsenal's last batch of training images, raising fears about his availability for Tuesday. Gabriel Magalhaes' ankle was also missing from the London Coney pitches last week after being forced off in the derby. While Thomas Partey, who was snubbed by Ghana for the AFCON due to his severe thigh injury, is back in full training but is not fit enough for game time yet. Nottingham Forest possible starting lineup: Turner, Montiel, Amobamadiel, Murillo, Toffolo, Mandela, Yates, Gibbs-White, Danilo, Hudson-Odoi, Wood. Arsenal possible starting lineup: Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Rice, Havertz, Saka, Jesus, Martinelli. We say, Nottingham Forest 0-2 Arsenal. Question marks hanging over the heads of Rice and Gabriel, two of Arsenal's most influential performers in both boxes, hardly makes for ideal preparation for the Gunners, whose recent trips to the City ground have proven unfruitful. However, Forest's wealth of absentees may have finally caught up to them against Bristol City, and they could prove easy pickings for a re-energized Arsenal team, who have their attacking confident back and should enjoy at least 24 hours in second place. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.